Well, hi everybody, welcome back to my very messy office. And it's extra messy today because I have a lot of things set up to kind of show you the ATEM Mini Pro that I've picked up recently. Now there's lots of other videos out there and many others that are done far better than this, and they go into way more detail about how it works. This video is specifically to address a singular problem that I've run into that I'd like to show you how to solve. Let me quickly explain to you what's going on here. So I've got the ATEM Mini Pro here, and it is connected to my network through a hard wire. There's a reason why I'm doing that, and that's because when I hit this button, all of a sudden my audio gets ultimately better, because now you're getting the audio through this little micro for this little Rode Wireless Go that's actually plugged into the ATEM Mini Pro. I couldn't do that if I was plugged directly into my laptop, because you got to use the USB-C hub here to run it to the hard drive. You can't just connect it to that way. So, okay, so camera 1 is the one that you're looking at me right now. Camera 2 is right above my head here, and it's shooting down onto the ATEM Mini Pro to give you a good idea of what you're looking at. Camera 3 is right behind me here. It's shooting the image of my laptop screen here that's running the ATEM software control. Now the reason why I'm doing it this way and not using this as a video in is because there's a second monitor coming out of the laptop that's running a full screen video of a green screen crawl that a friend of mine made for a basketball game. So we're just running that in the background because I want to show you something very interesting about how to get that crawl to stay on your screen all the time. If you're doing some sort of event, or maybe like an interview show or a talk show or something like that, and you wanted to have a crawl at the bottom just at all times, this is capable of doing it. But I want to show you what happens when you try to switch cameras as you're doing that. So let's set this up really quickly, and what you'll find is, so if I have camera 4 as this crawl, then in my Chroma Upstream Key, you want to have it on Chroma, you want to select the green color, and then I've already kind of balanced it out to make it, to get the adjustments just right, so that I have only the crawl involved. Now all you have to do on your hardware is press the key button, and it shows up. And right now we're seeing it start over. I'm playing it through VLC on the second monitor. So what you're actually seeing is, well, it disappeared. What you're actually seeing is the VLC playing through the second monitor on top of me at the moment. And that's exactly what the problem is. If I were to switch cameras now, then it goes away. Then you have to hit the key button again. If I switch cameras, it goes away. You have to hit the key button again to bring it back. Now, that's all great, but what if you want it to run all the time? Well, simple. All you have to do is do your switching on the ATEM software control. Now, this on-air button is the same as this on button here. I can click it on and off, click it on and off. And then once it's on, if I actually use the buttons on here to switch cameras, then it stays on your program the entire time. I do not know why that when I hit the button, it goes away and I have to turn the key back on. I really hope that Blackmagic addresses this in a future firmware update, because that's really annoying. I would like to be able to lock that on, and then every time I switch from here, it doesn't change on me. It's just annoying. I don't know why that is, because if I do it, let's say I put the key on here and then I'm switching over here, works just fine. It doesn't go away. Not really sure what's going on with that. Now you can still, even though you have your crawl on there, you can still have a logo pop up in the corner that stays, and that's something that you have to go into your Photoshop. You create your PNG logo or whatever like that, and then you just come to your file, and then you have to export it to your ATEM switcher media pool. And you probably already know or have heard how to do that. So mine's already in my media pool right here, number 6. It's in the drop. And then all I have to do to make it appear is press the, nope, there is no button on this that makes that happen, which is annoying. So my key is on there, so I actually have to come back into here and hit this on air button to make it come back on. So let me turn on the crawl, and then if I hit this on air button, now all of a sudden I've got my logo up there, and I can switch cameras around. The logo stays on, the crawl stays on. What's interesting is if I go to the physical board now, if I switch programs, that stays on, the logo stays on, but the key turns off. And don't forget that it's, even though this is a still in here, if I were to go and press this still button, and I'm going to do it right now, all it does is show me that picture. It does not show me it doesn't show it to me properly. I actually have to go into here and press the on air button. Whoops. Yeah. This on air button has to do it. So it's a little confusing as to how you get everything to work. I would say that if you're really, really interested in making sure not too much gets messed up, is to keep a lot of your control being done on your software control on here, because this controls the much larger panels that Blackmagic offers as well, not just the Mini and the Mini Pro. The only real buttons on here that are, well, everything I think everything is duplicated on your software control. It's just sometimes it's easier to run your on-air buttons and your hard drive record and stuff like that. And again, it gets a little confusing, because if you're over here and you're looking at this on-air button and you're thinking that's the one that's going to turn your downstream logo thing on and off, and you come over here to your on-air button, and you try pressing that, that's the stream on-air button. That has nothing to do with turning on and off your logo, because as you can see, nothing changes on here. If I were to hit the key button on and off, you can see that this physically does something on the actual board. It's as powerful and as awesome and as economically reachable as this amazing little box is, there's still some little weird quirks about it. And the most important being, you don't carry your upstream key with it when you switch, when you switch cameras. So again, amazing little box, weird little problems that I'm sure that they could probably address in a firmware update. And I just wanted to bring that to you to kind of show you one last little thing, and that is when you're looking at the and I'm gonna have to show it to you this way, because when you're looking at the main monitor here, and this has all my stuff that I'm going at. So if I were to come over here and set up the next camera, as this is my next camera that I want to go to, you can actually press the space bar on your computer to jump it over there. I don't know why you would, because there's two other much easier ways to do it, both with the with the screen and with actually just pressing the buttons. So anyway, I just thought I'd show that to you because I thought it was interesting. That was a similar way that that other softwares work when you queue up your next shot and you want to queue up your next camera and then you go to your next camera. So that's all. If you have an ATEM Mini Pro and you're running into some weird problems that you'd like to maybe figure out how things work, let me know. And whoops, there we go. Got a crawl that jumps from camera to camera and it doesn't go away, which is kind of cool. And then logo, that's going to stay the entire time too. Anyway, thanks for watching, and sorry if this got more confusing. If you have any questions, give me a holler and I'll try to help you out. Bye.